The air in the kitchen is thick with the sharp, acrid smoke of blistering jalapeños and the sweet, concentrated aroma of scorching tomato skin. You are standing over a blazing hot comal, watching the ingredients for a traditional Salsa Roja Asada transform under intense heat. This is not a condiment poured from a jar. It is a foundational sauce of Mexican gastronomy, built on the alchemy of char, friction, and time. Making it from scratch requires understanding exactly how cellular structures break down when crushed against volcanic stone. To build a true salsa roja, we start with the anatomy of the ingredients. You need 500 grams, or about 1 pound, of ripe Roma tomatoes, roughly 4 medium tomatoes. For heat and vegetal depth, take 30 grams, or 1 ounce, of fresh jalapeños and 15 grams, or half an ounce, of serrano chilies. Leave the stems on for now so they do not leak juices while roasting. You also need 100 grams, or 3.5 ounces, of white onion, about half a medium onion, and 15 grams, or half an ounce, of garlic, which is exactly 3 large cloves. Keep the papery skins on the garlic. Now, the crucial maillard reaction. Heat a dry cast iron skillet or traditional comal over medium-high heat until it reaches exactly 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Do not add oil. Lay the tomatoes, chilies, onion, and unpeeled garlic directly onto the dry metal. The garlic must be removed after exactly 5 minutes to prevent bitter, burnt allicin compounds. Sear the chilies for 8 minutes, rotating them every 2 minutes until fully blistered. The tomatoes contain more water and require 12 minutes. Turn them sequentially until 60% of their surface is blackened and the skins begin to split. Once roasted, peel the papery skin off the garlic, but leave the black char on your tomatoes and chilies. That ash is your primary seasoning. Now, the mechanical breakdown. We use a basalt molcajete, a traditional volcanic stone mortar. Place your 3 roasted garlic cloves into the bowl, along with 5 grams, or 1 teaspoon, of coarse sea salt. The salt acts as an abrasive. Using the tejolote, the pestle, grind in firm circular motions for 2 minutes until you form a perfectly smooth, sticky paste. Next, pinch the stems off your jalapeños and serranos, drop them into the garlic paste, and crush them firmly for 3 minutes. With your chili and garlic base established, add the charred tomatoes one by one. Do not overwork them. Gently press and crush each tomato against the stone, integrating the juices into the chili paste. You want a rustic, chunky texture, never a puree. The basalt stone extracts the glutamates from the tomato seeds, naturally amplifying the umami profile. Once the tomatoes are folded in, add 15 grams, or half an ounce, of finely chopped fresh cilantro. Finally, introduce acid to brighten the roasted earthiness. Squeeze exactly 15 milliliters, or 1 tablespoon, of fresh lime juice over the mixture and fold it through gently with a spoon. The most common mistake home cooks make is serving the salsa immediately. The salsa must breathe. Let the molcajete sit undisturbed at room temperature, around 20 degrees Celsius or 68 degrees Fahrenheit, for exactly 20 minutes. During this resting phase, the cellular walls of the tomatoes continue to release pectin, which naturally thickens the ambient juices. The sharp acidic bite of the lime juice mellows as it marries with the alkaline ash from the charred skins. Taste it only after this resting period. Understanding this master technique allows for infinite regional variations. For a classic salsa verde, substitute the Roma tomatoes with 500 grams, or 1 pound, of fresh tomatillos. Because tomatillos are denser and more acidic, roast them at a higher temperature, 220 degrees Celsius or 425 degrees Fahrenheit, for just 10 minutes until they turn olive green and yield to pressure. If either salsa becomes overwhelmingly spicy due to variations in chili capsaicin levels, never add sugar. Sugar masks the heat but ruins the savory profile. Instead, add 15 milliliters or 1 tablespoon of distilled white vinegar. 3 elements separate a good salsa from a great one. First, respect the dry sear. Push your cast iron to 200 degrees Celsius or 400 degrees Fahrenheit and let the skins truly blacken. Second, use the sheer friction of a volcanic molcajete, grinding sequentially from garlic to chilies to tomatoes, never blending them all at once. Finally, enforce a 20-minute resting period to allow the natural pectins to thicken the sauce and the flavors to integrate. Thank you to Mateo Silva and Valeria Rivas for breaking down the heat, the stone, and the science behind a perfect Salsa Roja Asada. Go heat up your comal.